Hi, and welcome to the Trucking Scribe. It's Esther. Today we're going to discuss Psalms 11 and having trust in God, even in the bad times, the good times, and letting others influence your thoughts and give you doubts about your faith. We're also going to discuss a little bit about the upcoming Bible study for December, which is the birth of Jesus. I have the PDF, the Bible study, and some journaling pages that will be free. So just go down and follow the link and you can find them. I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you. So I'm doing this on Zoom and I'm trying to figure out the camera angles and all, but I thought, why not actually be looking at you guys and saying hi and all, because instead of just looking at the paper. So I'm not sure how this will work. Kind of nervous. I know I talk to you guys all the time, but so we are looking at Psalms 11, where David is writing. He writes, "To the choir master of David, in the Lord I take refuge. How can you say to my soul, flee like a bird to your mountain? For behold, the wicked bend the bow. They have fitted their arrow to the string, to shoot in the dark at the upright in heart. If the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes see, his eyelids test the children of man. The Lord tests the righteous, but his soul hates the wicked and the one who loves violence. Let him rain coals on the wicked. Fire and sulfur and a scorching wind shall be the portion of their cup. For the Lord is righteous. He loves righteous deeds. The upright shall behold his face." So for me, I looked at this as a declaration of trust in God in the bad times and the scary times, as well as the good times. So David refuses to flee Saul, knowing that God is with him. God tests the good and the bad, promising punishment for those who are wicked and favor for those who are good. So I really like the part that said, "Flee like a bird to my mountain." Let's see if I can get this pulled up. I have a page here that I'm going to print out and I'm going to link, but I'm going to put, let's see. Oh, that's not where I want. Go back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and write Psalms 11. You know, I can't see that. It's so tiny. And I want to highlight the part that says, "Flee like a bird to the mountain." I'm just going to copy it and paste it over here. And I want to go back and look at the other Psalms that we've read and maybe do some pictures for them. So this is going to be Psalms 1. I'm going to put Psalms 1 right there beside that. I actually think I want that a little bit bigger, which means that needs to be bigger too. Maybe a little too big there. So I'm going to make this smaller too. I'm just trying to get it to where it looks good in here. So I'm going to download this and I will have it in the description below so you can have this page for today's reading. What I wanted to do was go over here to the tools section. Now I'm in Blue Letter Bible. I really love it. Diane Mara over at Faith Art Designs was the one who introduced me to Blue Letter Bible. So definitely go check out all her videos and tell her that I sent you over. What I do when I go and try and find stuff for the readings is I go to the tools bar here and then commentaries. But you see, you can get, if you want all this translations and stuff. You can get that. You can get the different Bible translations, cross references. Where I go to is the commentaries. And I have so far been reading Spurgeon on his commentaries, and I really liked his today. He quotes Charles Simmons, gives an excellent summary of this Psalms in the following sentence. The Psalms are a rich repository of experimental knowledge. David, at the different periods of his life, was placed in almost every situation in which a believer, whether rich or poor, can be placed. In these heavenly compositions, he delineates all the workings of his heart, of the heart. He introduces to the sentiments and conducts of the various people who were accessory either to his troubles or his joys, and thus sets before us a compendium of all that is passing in the hearts of men through the world. When he penned this psalm, he was under persecution from Saul, who sought his life, and hunted him as a partridge upon the mountains. His timid friends were armed for his safety, and recommended him to flee to some mountains where he had a hiding place, and thus to conceal himself to any such polygamous, I can't say that right, polygamous expedites, and determined confidently to repose his trust in God. So I really like that whole paragraph where it does give us some information about the history. Talks about David is fleeing from Saul at this point. His close people are telling him to run from Saul for his life so that Saul doesn't kill him. But David's saying, no, I'm going to rest in God and I'm going to wait on him and he's going to protect me. So here, Spurgeon says that these verses contain an account of temptation to distrust God, with which David was, upon some unmentioned occasion, greatly exercised. So apparently David did run at one point. It may be that in the days when he was in Saul's court, he was advised to flee at a time when this flight would have charged against him as a breach of duty to the king or a proof of personal cowardice. His case was like that of Nehemiah, when his enemies, under the garb of friendship, hoped to entrap him by advising him to escape his life. Had he done so, they could have found a ground of accusation. Nehemiah bravely replied, "Shall such a man as I flee?" And David, in a like spirit, refuses to retreat, exclaiming, "In the Lord put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee as a bird to your mountain?" When Satan cannot overthrow us by temptation, how craftily will he seek to ruin us by distrust? He will employ our dearest friends to argue us out of our confidence. And how many times have you had your friends, you've been so confident in where you stand and knowing that God's there, but yet then you got these naysayers over here, these doubters that are making you question your beliefs and your trust in God. All right, here, verse 3. It was equally correct that the very foundations of law and justice were destroyed under Saul's unrighteous government. But what were all these things to man whose trust was in God alone? He could brave the dangers, could escape the enemies, and defy the injustice which surrounded him. So his answer to the question, what can the righteous do, would be countered with the question, what cannot they do? And he's saying, we ask the question, what can the righteous do? But we should be asking the question, what can we not do with God? Because with God, everything is possible. He's there protecting us and taking care of us. So I really have enjoyed reading the Psalms. I'm looking forward to reading more. While I have you here, I wanted to show you real quick, and this will be posted in the description below. It's going to be a free download, free digital for the Bible study that I have starting on Monday. We're going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 days a week of the prophecy to promise, a journey through the birth of Jesus. We did the 9 days. So we're going to do 3 weeks at 3 days each, which is 9 days. So here I have added some journaling pages. See, I've got writing pages in here, and I have extra pages. So this will be posted so you can go and get it and start with this on Monday, looking at this Bible study. So I hope that you go get it. And I have not figured out yet how I'm going to put this in a journal. I did print, well, I'll have to show you a different kind of way, but I did print 4 to a page on PDF. So I will put that in here in just a minute. So I'll go and do another video and put it in there somehow. So I said I was going to put this into today's video. I did print this out as a PDF booklet style, and I did landscape, I believe it was. And you can see right here, day 1. And if you keep flipping, they will go to the right days. So what I'm going to do, I don't like all this here left white, but I'm not sure. I may go around before I trim it up and do some stenciling or something on it. But I will be cutting this out, and it's going to be like a mini book. So when it's folded, it's going to be like this. Not very. I probably will cut it out just because of that, because it's not a full page, but you can print this to where you can do full page. So go and follow the link below, and this will be there. You can print it PDF booklet style, or you can do one sheet at a time and put in some of these back pages as your filler pages. So it'll all be there. I have not done ephemera yet, but that will be coming during the month as we go on with the From Prophecy to Promise, a journey through the birth of Jesus. So this is going to be a free PDF for all of December. The end of December, I'm going to put it up in my shop. It will still be discounted compared to the other stuff, but you can find it over there. If you would like to work with different digitals, I have a couple of other nativity scene digitals in my shop that you can go and check on. I hope you join us. I am going to be trying to do the December ephemera with Barbara and Louise. It's a lot of fun. I have some prompts to go with the Bible study that can help us, and I'm going to be trying to post these on my website. So definitely hit the like button, the subscribe button, so you can get notifications over the coming month of the prophecy of Jesus, his birth, and to get notifications over the next month of the Bible study and where we're at. And join us on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we're not going to have the Psalms for the next 3 Fridays. We're going to do the birth of Jesus since it's the Christmas season. Thank you, and have a great week.